Good morning class, I am an economics teacher and I have begun with the topic elasticity of demand. In the last video, in the last class we saw the elasticity of demand meaning and different kinds. But there was a bit of problem in the audio part. So I am remaking it, I am making it again so that there is a clarity from your side, from my side. The meaning of elasticity of demand or price elasticity of demand, it basically shows the relation between quantity demanded and price. Whenever the price changes, with what factor, with what effect, there is a change in quantity demanded. It shows the relation that whenever the price changes or there is a shift in price, at what relation, with what percentage, there will be shift in quantity demanded. There are different degrees of price elasticity of demand. There are 5 degrees basically, but today we'll take it the first two, perfectly inelastic and inelastic demand. These are two degrees that we are going to see. Degrees or kinds of price elasticity of demand, which is mentioned on page number 67. So the first one, perfectly inelastic demand. Before I come to that, should I make you understand the word inelastic? What does the word inelastic mean? There are two words, elastic and inelastic. Elastic means when there is a elastic means when there is a significant change in quantity demanded with price, or when there is a big change in quantity demanded with price, that is known to be as elastic. When there is a big change in quantity demanded with change in price, that is known to be elastic. Whereas when there is a small change in price and a small change in quantity demanded, that is called as inelastic. Change in demand with price is small, that is called as inelastic demand. Change in price, change in quantity demanded with price is small, that is called as inelastic demand. So the first one is perfectly inelastic demand. Perfectly inelastic demand. That means there is no change in demand pattern irrespective of change in price. There is no change in demand pattern irrespective of price. If you remember the definition of, if you remember the theory of law of demand, which says that more and more of the commodities, more and more of the quantity of goods can be purchased at lower price. Because there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Here, there is a change in the demand, there is a change in the price, but there is no change in the demand pattern or quantity demanded. For example, when the price was rupees 50, quantity demanded was 5 units. The price further increased to 60, there is no change in quantity demanded. Again, further the price goes to rupees 70, there is no change in demand pattern. But the law of demand says whenever the price increases, there will be a reduction in the quantity demanded. Vice versa, whenever the price decreases, there will be more of purchase of quantity demanded. But here, there is a stability. That is why perfectly inelastic demand curve, it says there is no change in demand pattern irrespective of change in price. No matter with what ratio the price changes, whether it increases or decreases, the quantity demanded will remain stable, will remain constant, or there will be a slight change, small change. We draw the curve of the same diagram, same table. The first left hand side, that is your y-axis, and the bottom part is your x-axis. The y-axis is price part and the x-axis is the quantity demanded part. QD here means quantity demanded. Now, according to your table, the price begins from rupees 50. So we cannot begin from 50 because this is our center zero part where we have to start. So the first level is 50, then 60, then 70. But if you remember, if you see the gap between 0 to 50 and 50 to 60 and 60 to 70, it is of equal gap. So how could it be possible that from 0 to 50 the gap would be same, 60 to 70 the gap would be same? So there is some sort of mistake in it. That is why this zigzag line, if you see the line over here, this zigzag line, which is a mathematical concept, it says that if you are to begin with a bigger number from center of the point to the main origin, you put a zigzag line which indicates that 0 to 40 level have been covered till here. 0 to 40 level have been covered till here, and from 50 to 70 the same rate of gap is maintained. This zigzag line indicates basically the lower part of the is below 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. This is covered from the zigzag line. It is an indication, it is a understood part, it is a mathematics concept. So 0 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, and on the part of quantity demanded 5, 10, 15, 20. An important point to be noted is that the gap should be of equal level between 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. There should be an equal gap. When you draw it at your home, when you draw it in your copy, make sure that you use the ruler and the pencil to take the equal level. So at rupees 50, quantity demanded was 5. At rupees 60, quantity demanded was 5. At rupees 70, quantity demanded was 5. There was no change in quantity demanded irrespective of change in price. That is why the curve which stands as vertical to or parallel to y-axis. The curve is parallel or vertical to x-axis. Sometimes the question is asked, how is the demand curve of perfectly inelastic demand? How it is? It is vertical or parallel to x-axis. This perfectly inelastic demand is even known to be as ED is equal to 0. Elasticity of demand is equal to 0. So this was the first one. The second is inelastic demand or less than elastic. It is even known as less than elastic. Here the large change in price brings smaller change in quantity demanded. There is a large change in price, but it brings only a smaller change in quantity demanded. For example, when the price was rupees 25, quantity demanded was 10 units. When the price was increased to 35, there is a fall in the quantity demanded by just 1 unit, that is 9 units. So a big change in price brings a smaller change in quantity demanded. This is termed as inelastic demand or less than elastic. Inelastic demand or less than elastic. This basically takes place in a practical form in all the necessity goods. All the necessity goods that we consume is a part of inelastic demand only. If we draw the diagram of this, see at rupees 20, this is the price column, left hand side, or y-axis is the price column, and the bottom part or x-axis is the quantity demanded column. So price column, the price was rupees 25, quantity demanded was 10 units. When the price was increased to 35, quantity demanded fell by 1 unit, that is 9 units. So imagine over here that this is a 9, 10, and this is 9. When we draw the diagram of this, or when we draw the demand curve of this, it stands as such, which says it is a steeper. It is a steeper one. Which is steeper means which can be used as a slanting line, which can fall upon. So it is a steeper part. How is the diagram curve, or how is the diagram of how is the demand curve of inelastic demand? It is steeper. It is even known to be as ED less than 1. Elasticity of demand is less than 1. So this was about the first two parts or first two kinds of inelastic of demand. And tomorrow we'll see the rest of the three. If we can cover the rest of the three, or the next two I take it tomorrow. Thank you, class.